Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 14, Episode 13. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So the show starts off with Drew talking to Kenya over the phone. Drew was getting her eyelashes done, and I have never gotten my eyelashes done before, but for some reason, I never expected it to look like that. And it seemed that Kenya wasn't quite sure what she was doing either. Kenya and Drew shaded Sanya a little more about her party planning. You know, it was the Party City Dollar Tree decorations they just didn't appreciate. But, you know, at least she put the party together, and at least she was able to get her iFit business partners to sponsor their trip to Jamaica. So give Sanya a little bit of a break. Kenya says that she was going to bring her cousin, but her cousin can no longer make it as her +1. And I think that Sanya should just get off Kenya's back. It doesn't matter if she has a +1 or not. And just like Kenya said, a +1 doesn't make or break her as a person. You know what I mean? It does not matter if she does not have a +1. We see Sanya talking to her husband, and she says that there will be no drama in Jamaica because this is a business trip. And I said, girl, please, every housewife, every franchise, they don't give a damn about you or your business. They will act a fool everywhere they go. It does not matter. Then we go off and we see Ralph talking to Drew about their son, Josiah, and how he has talked to Josiah's biological father and has decided to not adopt Josiah. I don't know if I was Drew, if I would be really upset about him not adopting Josiah. Drew and Ralph's relationship isn't that stable as it is. And I really wouldn't feel comfortable having Ralph adopt my son, you know, with their marriage being in the state that it is in. You know, if anything should happen and they do decide to get a divorce, that's one more child that would be a part of the custody battle. Ralph just doesn't come off as a really good role model anyway. So in my opinion, I would not be too upset about Ralph not adopting Josiah. If Ralph was a really good husband and he made that decision without speaking with me, then I would be a little concerned and there would be another conversation. When Ralph's publicist stops by, I thought that woman's makeup was extremely heavy. I thought that she was a beautiful woman. You know, obviously she's very smart and on top of her game as far as being a publicist, but no ma'am, that makeup was a little heavy for my taste. The fact that Ralph is actually writing a book about being a step-parent, about being a blended family, and won't allow his wife to read the book, not an outline, not a rough draft, not a paragraph, nothing, is odd to me. And then it was even more odd that he would like her to write the foreword. First of all, I would like to know who the hell is buying this book. Does anybody truly, honestly want any parenting advice from Ralph Pittman? Hell to the no. Nobody is wanting this. Nobody is buying this. I feel the same way about Ralph's book that I feel about Simone and Cecil's book from Married to Medicine. Who the hell wants a couple's book from those two? I'm just saying, moving on.
Kenya Moore, what happened? Where is your guest? Where's your first run?
My guest got sick.
Okay, Miss Morris. First you were sick, now your guest is sick. I don't know if you ever had a +1, sis.
My guest is Adrian. He's my Taurus, my good friend.
Oh, this platonic? Platonic? Is that what it's called? Platonic?
Marlo always want to talk about somebody's relationship, but never brings the man. She don't want us to see her sponsors. She ain't bringing the sponsors on the trip.
How you doing, Kenya?
Hey, nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
Oh, English.
Are you here by yourself?
No, my brother's here.
That's not what I mean. We're gonna have a dinner tonight. Anything doing it?
Okay.
Kenya got a date to dinner, y'all.
She approached him. Exactly. Exactly. Tell the truth. He did not approach her.
Oh, I thought that was really rude. You know, Marlo, you bring your florist and all of a sudden you're better than Kenya? Girl, get the hell out of here. You don't have a man either. And I agree with Candy. Why don't you bring on some of your sponsors? Some of the people who help you keep the archive in stock. You know what I mean? What the hell? You know what? Marlo is just an absolute hater. She cannot stand the fact that Kenya and Candy are winning. She can't stand the fact that most people adore Kenya and Candy. Sanya, you can miss me with this +1 BS. Seriously, let Kenya live. Everybody go on this trip, have a good time, enjoy yourself. Let it go. So Marlo making the comment that Kenya had to approach that guy. Well, he damn sure didn't approach you. And whether she approached him or not, he was looking at her. He was interested in her, not you. You and your florist just shut the hell up. You know what? I feel so silly. I was one of the people who really, really wanted Marlo to be a housewife. I was rallying for her to get this peach. And now I'm disappointed. Marlo is rotten as her peach.
Is Kenya getting her groove back?
It's not like I'm introducing him as my fiance.
You're okay with it. You're okay that he told you I would adopt your son, and now I changed my mind. Your situation is weird that your mother comes before your man. And
Nobody said that my mother comes before my man. You do not think that it's weird that you sent your nephews back and made them feel
Hell no.
away?
You don't think it's weird that you have to let your man feel belittled when it comes to your mother?
You said that you sent them to their aunt who also has kids in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Listen, you take care of a man, your family.
I don't take care of no man. Now you done lost your mom. Now you're trying to disrespect my husband that's sitting right here. Is that what you're trying to do? I do not take care of Todd. I never take care of
That's your friend.
Marlo says she's Candy's friend. She likes Todd. I'm like, I can't tell.
Whatever, girl. You ain't even got a husband. Get a husband. And then you can tell me what to do with it.
Because you know how I know you, how you came into this circle.
How'd that come in a circle?
You brought your way into this circle.
How?
Nobody was your friend.
Ooh, I came with Pedro.
None of them was your friend at the time. I watched. I was behind the scenes on this. No, you a clown.
You a lying ass bitch.
Hey, you
a nothing ass bitch. You know what? I hope remember this. When you had going on, you want to come through for you. Come through for you.
Hey, she's nothing.
I'm only known in Atlanta.
Hey, you know that ain't true.
I'm worldwide. What the is you talking about?
Did John leave? John said this. John went to his room.
John said, I'm gone.
Anybody else thirsty?
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. So let's start with Marlo saying that Candy is only known in Atlanta. Candy is extremely well known. She is a singer, she is a songwriter, she is a song producer, she is Grammy winning. She writes music for TLC, Destiny's Child, and a crap ton of other people. I really do think Marlo needs to check Candy's resume. She is worldwide. Quit playing. And I agree with Candy too. Marlo is always wanting to talk about someone else's relationship. But we have never seen Marlo with a man. Never. We never hear her talk about a man, nothing. But she always wants to get involved in other people's relationships. And Marlo can say 1,000 times, don't talk about the kids. Don't get the kids involved. The kids are off limits. But yet and still, you are using these kids for your storyline. And you don't have any problems talking about any of the other ladies' children, especially Kenya's. Shut the hell up with that, Marlo. I know a lot of times we say we don't want the husbands to get involved, but I think that Todd handled this beautifully. Todd has been the butt of jokes ever since he first got on the show. Nene talked bad about him. Phaedra talked bad about him. Marlo and Sheree have been coming after him all season. So I'm okay with him stepping up and defending himself. I am absolutely glad that he brought up the fact that he used to be a producer on the show and he has a lot of behind the scene knowledge, and that none of the girls liked Marlo, and quiet as it's kept, they still don't. You know, she's talking about, well, I was brought on here by Phaedra. The one thing that irritates me also about Marlo is when she got put off the show because her and Nene fell out, and Nene was Queen Bee back in the day. When they said that they wouldn't film with her, she came to Todd and Candy and asked for assistance. Todd and Candy both produced a show for her and sold it to another network. Then she blew the deal. You came to Candy because you needed help, and she was there to help you. When you have questions regarding business, Candy is always there to help. Kenya and Candy are always there to offer business advice to Sheree and Marlo. And for Sheree to sit at that table and act as like she was neutral. Why are you so neutral when Marlo is acting a fool? But if you disagree with anything that Candy says, you can't be neutral. You're all over her about it. Kenya said at the table, she said, that's your friend. And it is. That is clearly your friend. You are clearly Team Marlo, Team Messy, Team No Good, Team Low Down. Now, one thing that I did find hilarious is Manyetta's husband. Manyetta's husband, if nobody had a good time, he sure did. Honey, he was eating his food, drinking his drinks, and laughing. He said, oh my gosh, not only did I get a good meal, I got a show. He was having a good time. You know, I really like Manyetta and her husband. One thing that was very true is when Todd said Marlo was a clown. She is absolutely a clown. Paint your face because you was acting a fool. And Marlo is always so opinionated. She's got an opinion on every topic, everybody's personal business, everyone's relationships. But as soon as you jump in to talk about hers, it is a major problem. How dare you? How dare you cross the line? How dare you bring up something that hurts me? Girl, get the hell out of here with that. And Candy was 100% correct. It is very hypocritical of Marlo to jump down Drew and Ralph's throat about adoption and not adopting when you just threw your nephews out. You are not the best foster mom, Monty, none of that. And it's giving, I'm using these kids for a storyline. It really is. Drew and Ralph and their whole situation, you know, I've said this many times before, I'm not married, but I would assume in marriages, you have pillow talk, you have your just one-on-ones, share about your life, about ideas, about your thoughts, your dreams, your hopes, your wants, your wishes for your marriage and for your family. And it just seems that Drew and Ralph don't have those conversations. Ralph does a lot of things without talking to Drew about it. Remember when he picked out and rented their home without conferring with her? He went to Tampa without talking to her. He hired that sexy assistant lady without talking to her. And now he's got an entire book that he is writing and she can't know or read anything about it. Then he decided against adopting Josiah and did not talk to her about it. What the hell do they talk about? The weather and her hair weave? Something is odd about that. And I think it's really interesting that both Sheree and Sanya, they never do or say anything to Marlo at all when she's acting a fool. But it took Sanya 2.2 seconds to jump down Drew's throat about how she handled her situation with Sheree. It took her no time to try to confront Kenya about her situation with Marlo, but her and Sheree are fine with Marlo disrespecting and talking crazy and low down to both Kenya and Candy. You know, in the middle of all of this, John just gets up and leaves. I don't blame John from London. John said, what the hell is going on? I came here on vacation with my brother, ended up meeting a beautiful girl, had a nice dinner, got on TV, had a few shots and a drink and a sideshow. I'm out. It's too much drama for me. I have no idea if we're going to see John ever again, but I don't blame the man for leaving. It was quite embarrassing. All I can tell you is throughout this episode, there was so many things that was said by Marlo and Sanya that just has me chomping at the bit waiting for this reunion. All I have to say is Kenya, Drew, and Candy are going to eat the girls at the reunion. Let me just say, Sanya, Marlo, and Sheree, oh my gosh, they have got it coming when this reunion hits. I cannot wait. And I cannot wait for Bravo and all the shady flashbacks. This is going to be good. And next week's episode seems like it's about to be good as well. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.